Hello everyone, I am here today joined by my friend Jeremy. Say hi, Jeremy.
Hi, everyone.
In today's video, we are going to be doing The Room from 2003, directed, produced, and starred Tommy Wiseau. So, Jeremy, what do you think of The Room?
Well, it certainly is quite a movie. I mean, it's one of those movies that's so bad that it's just fascinating.
It is. I remember the first time I saw it, I did not know what to make of it. I'm like, what the hell is this? And it has such dialogue that makes no sense, or plot lines that don't really add up or blend in together.
Yeah, they go nowhere.
No.
The subplots.
Right.
And Tommy Wiseau, his performance is so bad. I mean, the man just can't act.
No.
He can't even say his lines properly.
He makes Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Academy Award winners compared to him.
Yeah, he was not meant to act.
No. But at least he got to live his dream of making a movie, even if it wasn't the best or how he intended it to be. It's
right.
That's another thing. It's did Tommy Wiseau himself have no idea how he wanted to make this movie? I don't know. It's just... It's like he had no idea of how to write a script or just not know how to write a movie in general or even direct a movie.
Yeah, I mean, one character says that she has breast cancer and it never comes back.
No, it's
movie.
What was the point of that? And not only that, it seems like the daughter does not seem to be upset, crying or showing emotion in that scene. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because it doesn't matter in the movie. It
No.
doesn't come back at all.
Right.
It's never mentioned again.
No.
And it has no effect on the plot.
Right. Or how, when they're up on the rooftop, for example, I did not hit it. It's not true. It's bullshit. I did not hit it. I did not. Oh, hi, Mark. He's telling a story about how knew a girl that cheated on a dozen guys and she ended up on Guerrero Street in the hospital. What the story, Mark? Why is that funny? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
Yeah,
it's not funny when somebody got hurt and ended up in the hospital.
Yeah, and the subplot about Denny getting held up by that Chris R guy that also goes nowhere.
No, it doesn't.
Never comes back.
He bought drugs from him or something. What did Tommy I don't know. Yeah, and also that's another thing too. Denny was kind of a little socially awkward when we're first introduced to him.
Yep, that's right.
He comes in saying, "Hey, can I join you guys?" It's what was he expecting, a threesome from Tommy and?
No, he just likes to watch them.
That's still weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also it's I hate to say it, is it just me or was Lisa kind of a whore?
She was a total whore.
She was because she's dating Tommy, but yet she likes Mark more and stuff, and also she makes up all this bullshit that that Tommy hit her, but we didn't even see that. Yeah, and also another when you mentioned before about Lisa's mom dying of breast cancer. If you watch their scenes, they have the same conversation over and over again about I'm in love with Mark, not Tommy. It's don't they talk about anything else? Talk about oh, I saw last week's episode of so and so, or I'm reading this new book.
It's a mess of a movie.
Oh, it is. It's was this intentional or who the hell knows?
Well, apparently Greg Sestero wasn't even supposed to be Mark at first. He was only supposed to help out behind the scenes, but then Tommy Wiseau fired the original actor who was supposed to play Mark, and so Greg Sestero took over.
Who was the original actor, do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, I guess.
Some unknown person.
I see that.
I met Greg Sestero recently at one of his appearances.
Nice.
And he's a very nice man.
Did you ask him about what was it like working with Tommy Wiseau, or what the kind of...
He spoke at the beginning of the event, and he mentioned Tommy a lot.
Nice. That must have been a fun experience to meet Greg
Sestero.
Sestero. I don't know why I'm thinking it sounds like Sinestro, the comic book villain from Green Lantern, if you know what I'm talking about.
I got a copy of his book, The Disaster Artist, signed, and also a Blu-ray copy of The Room signed by him.
That's awesome. Meanwhile, all I have is just this regular DVD right here that I got for Christmas. That's Not signed. Sorry. But what are you going to do? I hope to meet him someday.
Yeah, I hope you do.
And if I ever did, maybe Tommy Wiseau, but that's going to be a little tricky because that guy is kind of like a semi-recluse. He's a very like private guy. He rarely does interviews. Tommy Wiseau.
He does events.
He does?
Yeah, he's made appearances at screenings of The Room.
I know that, but I've never known if he's done any conventions or not conventions, but book signings or.
He's put himself out there, I think.
Right. And as we mentioned before, the dialogue makes no sense and it sucks. Not this doesn't really matter. Spoiler right here. Up until the end when Tommy puts himself out of his misery after all the drama and all the heartbroken and being heartbroken. They come in fine. Wake up! You don't wake up after getting shot in the mouth. Not that I'm aware of. And and Lisa's is he dead? Yeah, of course he's dead. What do you expect? Yeah, this movie is really, really bad, but it's sort of bad, but kind of you laugh out loud how bad it is, as it was intentionally meant to be bad.
I don't know about that.
Okay, maybe not. I don't know.
Well, I think the funny part is that they were trying to make a serious movie, and instead it's just unintentionally hilarious.
Yeah. Like you said, Tommy Wiseau can't act.
Or direct or write.
Yeah, that's too. When was the first time you even heard about this movie?
Oh, God. It must have been the Nostalgia Critics review.
Okay. Well, here's a little funny story about how I first discovered this film before that review. I remember when I was 16 in 2009 in high school, I remember watching scrolling through channels, and I was watching Adult Swim, and I don't know if that's still around or anyone remembers that channel. And I remember I come across this movie and I'm like, what the hell is this? And I turned it off. Then flash forward 2 years later, my friend showed me who the Nostalgia Critic was, and we watched his video of The Room, and I'm like, oh my god.
Yeah, I first saw The Room in its entirety in college.
Right, same. I think I saw it until when Disaster Artist came out. Yeah, something like that. All I just remember was seeing clips of it on television and then watching a Nostalgia Critics review. Then I said I had to watch this by myself without Nostalgia Critics video.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know, it's just so bad, but yet funny, enjoyably bad for how intentional it's meant to be bad. And how, again, it's Tommy Wiseau dropped out of outer space and he had no idea what to do to make a movie.
That's right.
Yeah. Any other thoughts about the movie that come to mind?
Well, it's just one of those legendary cult films that has withstood the test of time. Yeah,
true. It's like the modern day of Plan 9 from Outer Space or other, or heck, you could even say this is the Rocky Horror, I guess. Well,
yeah,
somewhat.
The audience loves to participate along with the movie.
That's true.
Things out.
But let's just say if I had to choose between, sorry to disappoint everyone, I'm not a fan of Rocky Horror. I'd rather watch this over Rocky Horror. Yep, that's right. You heard me say that. But that's just my opinion.
All right.
Yeah, that's just me. So I guess any other final closing thoughts on the movie, or?
No, I think we pretty much summed it up.
All right, I guess stay tuned for Disaster Artist. Hey everyone, as I'm editing this video, I realized that I left out some things that I wanted to talk about in this movie review of The Room that I forgot to point out. Here are some examples. Who the heck plays football in wedding tuxedos? Next thing they'll do is play baseball in burlesque suits. Lisa picked the worst time to have sex with Mark at Johnny's birthday party. When everyone is around or outside, next time just wait until post-party to have sex with Mark. Then some random guy who we don't know comes in telling them you will make Johnny upset, and he's very sensitive. Okay, who the heck are you? You came out of nowhere randomly. When Denny tells Johnny he has a crush on Lisa, he does not seem to be mad or upset, or heck, not even pointing a gun at him like the mugger did. The scene where Johnny's buying Lisa flowers is so rushed, they don't give it enough time. He comes to him, yeah, can I please have a dozen red roses, please? Oh, hi, Johnny, I didn't know it was you.
How'd you not recognize the weirdo with long hair that looks like a zombie or an alien from outer space? Hello, Dougie. Lisa lies about being pregnant is so stupid. Worst liar ever. Despite this movie sucks, it does surprisingly have nice visual shots of California. The last thing is that when Tommy insults people, he must think everyone is a chicken. Cheep, 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 cheep. I guess Tommy must have a thing for chickens, and yet KFC did not sponsor this movie.
Alright, now we move on to the Disaster Artist, which was about the making of The Room, starring and directed by James Franco and his brother Dave Franco. What did you think of The Disaster Artist?
Oh, I love it. It's a great movie. I haven't read the book, The Disaster Artist, but from what I've heard, it's not totally accurate to it. But I think it captures its heart.
Right.
You know, I haven't read the book, but from what I've heard, yeah, it captures the heart. You know, trying to find your creative spirit. And just forging ahead despite all the obstacles ahead of you.
Right. This was actually one of my favorite movies in like the last decade. I remember when I agree, I didn't read the book either, Disaster Artist. I don't know exactly how true like this movie is and 100% accurate from like, you know, the book. And but no, this was a great film. James Franco really like nailed it as Tommy Wiseau. You really thought that he was Tommy Wiseau.
Oh yeah, he nailed that.
He did. He did. It also made me wonder, did he meet Tommy Wiseau or did he...
Tommy Wiseau has an after credits cameo in the movie.
That's true, yeah. That's very, very true.
Yeah, they've met.
Yeah.
Yeah, James Franco brought him along to the Golden Globes with him.
Nice.
He won that year for his performances.
Nice. And also Dave Franco, his brother, did very well as Greg Sestero.
Yes.
Yeah, the only difference, the only thing I know is the difference is that compared to the real life in the movie, James Franco's a tall guy, whereas Tommy Wiseau's a short dude. They got like the heights like reversed, but then again, once you see the performances, it all goes out the window.
Yeah.
Which it does.
I must say though, this movie does make Tommy Wiseau look like a total asshole.
It does.
Yeah, I mean, he really in the movie holds Greg back from, you know, furthering his career.
Yeah.
And
yeah, he does.
Like even in the early bar scene when he's like, "Come on, Greg, this bar sucks," you know, because he sees him
with a girl,
flirting with a girl. It's like, yeah,
I mean, that
makes him look like an asshole.
It does. I mean, come on. Like if you saw a pretty girl at the bar, you'd probably do the same thing too. Plus, I also like how what was I gonna say exactly? Oh yeah, like that scene, like when he's talking to Bryan Cranston about like being on Malcolm. I read that. I mean, that part was true, but it wasn't like Malcolm in the Middle. They don't know like which show it was.
Well, I read that in reality, Greg Sestero wasn't forced to choose between The Room, and something else.
Right.
He just didn't want to shave his beard because I guess he didn't want to be so closely associated with The Room.
Right.
That's what I read.
Interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah, because without the beard, I guess people would know his face more for The Room. Something like that.
Well, I highly doubt that, especially how it was. I don't know if anybody like knew about the making of the movie. Or it's not like now with like other big movie projects these days. Like how, I mean, that was like 2003. At that time, like the internet was not like what it is now with marketing movies. Or I think it's funny how like also this movie like takes place in like, the late 90s and the 2000s. Just think about it. We were little kids. Yeah. Even I would not have known anything about The Room myself.
Oh, of course not. Neither would I.
No. Plus, it wasn't a kid-friendly movie for me to go see at that time, even if I did know about it.
Well, plus, it wasn't exactly given a wide release.
No.
I mean, this was released in like one theater.
In California, like we see in the movie.
Yeah.
Funny how at the end of the movie, how he said he thought it would be nominated for an Oscar. Not even close. No, The Room is not even close to Oscar material.
No way.
No way. No. Hate to say it, Tommy, but maybe Razzie Award, but... Also, like, the scene, like, when he's, like, sitting in the movie theater, like, they're, like, all watching the movie. I don't know how true, like, if, again, not knowing how true and accurate that scene is, did he, like, was he really upset about how the film turned out to be poorly, didn't work out, and then, his friend Greg, like, tries to brighten his spirit up of, showing him the positive that you made this movie yourself, no one can take that away from you, and then eventually when he sees the bright side and positive, it's like, okay, I didn't make the best movie, but I made a film that people enjoy for how hilariously bad it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like basically like no like right or wrong answer about how he like wanted to put his vision and how he just wanted to like, express his craft and artistic movie. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. And when also, what's his name? Josh Hutcherson almost looked identical to the actor who played Denny.
Oh yeah.
Because it's funny how like he said I'm 26 and Denny was like a teenager or something. And he looked close enough. Yeah.
Yeah. Who else? I liked the actress who played Carolyn, the mother.
Megan Mullally.
No.
Oh.
The actress.
Oh, right, the actress. Oh, right.
Jackie Weaver.
Yes, Jackie. You're right. Yeah, she was good too.
Yeah.
She looked just like her too.
Yeah, they made the hair up the same way.
Right.
And,
Right.
Yeah, I thought it was a very faithful recreation.
Absolutely, it really felt so like realistic, as if like I was really like watching a realistic about the making of the movie in some the room in some ways.
Yeah.
Yeah. I also love like how like so like relatable this film is. Like it's like this is the kind of film that was made in me somewhat to a certain degree. Like how like being inspiring about like this reminded me like why I love like films so much in some ways, even if I've done some minor filming and some but I am no Hollywood star by all means, and like thankfully I never had that much crazy drama with making movies. The only difference is I acted in one minor film and I was a boom operator for 2 indie films.
All right.
Yeah, but thankfully nothing like that happened like in this movie.
Okay.
Yeah. Like the opening scene, like when we see them like, acting classes, I'm like, sounds familiar, but a little bit different in some ways. But I'm not mentioning who my acting teacher was. Any other thoughts about Disaster Artist?
It's a great movie.
It is. Highly recommended. I don't know if it's hard to say. I think this was better than The Room itself about the making of the Room.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
In a way, this movie was kind of like the Ed Wood of the 2010s when you think of somewhat.
Well, not the 2010s.
No, I'm talking like this is like, like the Ed, like, I mean, Ed Wood was like the 90s disaster art. This is like our modern like Ed Wood itself. That's what I mean.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Similar themes and similar, well, the only difference is at least Tommy Wiseau didn't go in the bad direction like Ed Wood ended up.
Oh yeah, Ed Wood in his later years was a
failed
alcoholic, penniless drunk.
Yeah. He made a lot of porn movies in the end when he was so like desperate, like wanting to work.
Yeah, he died. He and his wife had just been evicted from their crappy apartment and were staying with a friend, and he was getting drunk on vodka, and he had a heart attack and died.
Right. How sad. Yeah.
He said the look on his face was that he looked like he had seen the devil.
He probably did, especially how he's facing his own demons in the end of at the end of his life before he passed away.
Once again, here are some things I forgot to mention when I reviewed The Disaster Artist with Jeremy. How is Tommy Wiseau so rich? Where did all the money he made come from when he made this movie? Did he invest smartly and wisely in the stock market? Or did he come from a rich family or have a really nice high-paying job that paid him well enough? To this day, no one still knows how rich he is. Also, how old is this guy? In the movie, Tommy says he is 19, but honestly, he does not even look close to being 19. He looks old enough to be Mark's dad. When Craig first meets Tommy and they hang out, Tommy helps Craig overcome his shyness of performing as an actor. I can relate and understand Craig having a crappy acting teachers who don't make you confident and are never satisfied thinking you need to please them, or that's impossible. You can't please everyone and satisfy everyone. Didn't recognize that was Melanie Griffith playing the acting teacher. The part when Tommy and Craig are watching Rebel Without a Cause, talking about how great James Dean was. What's ironic is that James Franco played James Dean in a made-for-TV biography film a few years prior. See the connection here? When Tommy gets rejected by Judd Apatow at the restaurant, unlike most starving actors who are dirt poor, he's rich. The joke's on them. When Tommy and Craig are auditioning for actors for The Room, the actress who plays Lisa, Tommy jokes, "I don't make porn movies," and yet he made a horrible sex scene in The Room movie. As Jeremy said, Tommy Wiseau has a cameo at the end of the movie. He also has a cameo that was deleted, playing some random Hollywood producer talking to James Franco, Tommy Wiseau. Tommy meeting himself. When they filmed the scene when Denny gets mugged by the drug dealer, did not recognize that was Zac Efron playing the mugger actor. What I love about this movie is no matter the obstacles and challenges you face in life, never give up, keep trying, keep going after what you want in life, even if you're not going to win an Oscar. If you're not on a big Hollywood budget, you can still make your own simple homemade movies on small budgets. Anything is possible.
Alright, I guess that about wraps up everything. So that was my video. Like the video, subscribe, the notification bell to get the latest updates on my YouTube channel. And we'll see you next time. Say bye, Jeremy.
Bye, everyone.